What's going on, gang? Mortgage Mark. Here's my weekly update on just cool and fun facts and charts because you know how much I love them. Long story short, let's start with the housing. Boring, I know. But you guys can see we've been in a locking bias the last handful of days because as we kind of been talking over the past weeks, rates have been going sideways and they've been inching up towards this resistance level. We broke it, I guess, with support at that point. And now we're starting to move higher for rates. Biggest reason, Fed's buying less. Check this out, team. This is 1 week ago where the experts, if you will, thought the Fed's interest rate would be. Right now it's between that 0.25. So they thought, okay, moving forward, May, June, July, all through 2021, 22, they thought here it was last week. Now, 1 week later, people are thinking rates are going to go negative. Notice the zeros in yellow. Like the experts are saying rates from the Fed are going to go negative. Now, what does that mean for us and mortgages? Not a ton. I mean, at the end of the day, we're mortgage-backed securities. This is the Fed funds rate, but it is interesting nonetheless. Again, kind of reiterating that piece, 28% probability here says it's going negative for all the smart folks out there. So you're just seeing some charts saying that that could be a very historic time. We'll see. Time will tell. I did think this was interesting. It just shows that the number of forbearance claims are starting to level out, which is good, but it's still a crazy amount, pretty high. We got to talk COVID. I mean, it'd be silly if we didn't. But check this out. I found this fascinating. This bottom purple line is New York. So New York is actually not just flat in the curve. They're on their way down, as we probably know, but look how dramatic that is compared to the rest of the United States when you exclude New York. Still going up in cases. Pretty crazy. And then you figure out Spain, Italy, the UK, they've flattened, they've declined their cases. Just thought that was interesting. The good news is the daily tests keep going up. Obviously, we all agree that testing and vaccines are the two big things what we need. The rate of deaths in Germany have been lower than any of the countries. They're industrious people, aren't they? I don't know what they're doing, but they're doing something right. Check that out. It is dramatic, the difference of Germany compared to the rest of us here for the number of deaths they got. Economic updates. Look, jobs, people are still losing them. It stinks. No bueno. I did find this interesting. The gender job gap. So men versus women, more women are losing their jobs. So it takes you have a second, you start thinking about it, and it kind of makes sense. And believe me, I'm pro women all damn day. But the reality is you got a lot of folks that are in the retail or the beauty services. You know, you look down here for what people are spending their money on. 40% people are buying less, 48% of people are buying less in the clothing, the beauty services. It could also be like, office type jobs where they're the front desk at a dentist office or things like that. So you just have these big decline in spending. So it makes total sense. Unemployment expected to go higher. Fine. This was interesting. Here's how many people are actually out and about doing stuff. So check it out. You got early February, people are out having a good time. Shelter in place comes around, but then if you notice in the last week or two, on Sundays, Mondays, Tuesdays, Fridays, people are busy. People are out and about, having a good time, getting ready for the weekend. So I thought that was really interesting. People are delayed paying their bills. You know, here's the very likely, percentage of people are not going to pay their rent on time. Utility, auto, cable. At the end of the day, none of that's overly concerning. Me, I worry about the mortgages right there in the middle. I got about 30% of the people saying that they probably won't pay it on time. So pay it if you can, guys. It sticks with you on the credit report, but I get it. At times are tough. It is what it is. Gold imports, if you know me, you know that I like coins. I like rare coins. I like gold coins. So gold always interests me. Check out the amount of gold we're coming in from Switzerland. Jeez, who knew? I knew they were rich, but my goodness. Events. This Friday, if you guys want, go to mortgagemark.com/events, and you guys can register for our economist coming in to speak with us. It's pretty cool stuff. It's a lot of this. It's also some just kind of more forecasting and projections coming from somebody who actually knows what they're doing, as opposed to just me, the avid reader. But again, mortgagemark.com/events. You guys can sign up. It's free. It's an hour of your lunch. Listen for 10 minutes. If you want to stick around, do it. But if not, like I said, I think you'll be around for the whole hour. Bitcoin. I own some Bitcoin, I'll admit. Bought it down here, not because I'm smart, just because I'm lucky. I also did not know this. Bitcoin, they're kind of like a stock split. That's what's happening now, and that's why they think it's going to continue to go higher. Just because they're limiting, I guess there's always this finite amount of Bitcoin that can exist. So when it gets too much or too many, they have it. So that's kind of what's going on now. I found this interesting as well. The average household spends about $5,100 a month. And the breakdown was this. So I did not know that number. So if you guys think about it, the average income, at least for, I know like Plano, the last time I saw was somewhere around the mid 70s, 75,000-ish, could be 80-ish these days. But when you think about it, after taxes come through, you got $5,100 of average expenses. You can understand why just, doing the normal deal, you suddenly lose your job. There's not a lot of money. With no money coming in, that's pretty big household expense to cover if somebody doesn't have a job. Lastly, to end on a positive note, last week, if you remember, I told you a 5-year-old stole a car and was driving on the freeway because he was trying to go buy his Lamborghini. Well, some entrepreneur, I guess, out in his neck of the woods heard about the story and offered the 5-year-old boy a chance to drive his Lamborghini. So I guess the kid's mom and sister took turns, and he was allowed to drive with him on their laps. So I thought that was pretty cool. So way to go, this guy, whoever that is. So with all that said, guys, as usual, thanks for watching. We appreciate you greatly. If you need anything from us, just let us know. Otherwise, have a great week.